Hi, wonderful people. Welcome to the monthly astrology snapshot. My name is Paula Shaw, and this is my first snapshot for 2023. And this is going to be a year of great change. This is a year where we will see an acceleration of evolution, an amplification of change, and the key energy to navigate 2023 is to increase your capacity for change. So if you don't know already, I've written a forecast for this year. I do it at the beginning of each year. You can still download this. It's a free 29-page ebook. So just go to my website, soulfulguiding.com. You will find it and you can download it and sit and tune in to the major themes. I'm also doing a workshop on the 21st, and this live event will be recorded so you can listen to it after the actual event, where I'll go through what I've written in the forecast. And also on that same call, I will be putting together a visioning in journey, a visioning in 2023 in alignment with this new moon that kicks off this lunar month. And there are 10 reasons why this lunar month, this new moon in Aquarius, is significant. I have gone into detail with the 10 reasons why in my written snapshot, which again is on my website, soulfulguiding.com. Go check it out because I just love sharing this information I look at these forecasts as like a weather forecast, that storms are coming. You don't need to understand astrology to read my forecast. I'm trying to describe this and make it make sense for you. Like, you don't need to understand weather to be able to engage with the forecast. So please check out this information. It's designed to try to help you be prepared, be aware, be mindful, and so you can navigate these cycles really mindfully and skillfully, and even harness the changes that we're living through. So what I've noticed with my clients is there's a lot of old stories coming up. There's a lot of, to release the old, you've got to know what it is. To let go of the past, to transcend something, to truly go beyond it, you must know what it is. So if you've been experiencing, like I've observed, and even what I've been experiencing for myself, old stories feeling like they're just relentlessly dredging up, I see this as though we're being asked to reconcile and to take care of who we were in these old structures. What were the stories, the patterns, the conditioning, the beliefs, the institutions that you were totally believing, and they weren't wrong, but they're changing? What were those, and who were you in those old energies? And that will be being challenged. But you can see this as an opportunity to purify, to release, to reset, so that you're, in a sense, clearing the decks in preparation for the new cycles. And the new cycles will potentially be really appearing and emerging at this new moon on the 22nd, 21st, wherever you are in the world, in Aquarius. As I said earlier, there's 10 reasons why, and just a couple. One is that this is coinciding with Lunar New Year, which is celebrated by millions of people on Earth, seeding in intentions, really preparing for a new year. If you are attuned to the energy, you may notice that at this new moon, the energy shifts. We are all connected. If millions of people on Earth are gathering with family, engaging in ritual, a lot of people in these cultures that celebrate Lunar New Year will clean out their homes, literally, physically prepare their space for a new cycle. You'll notice this energy. So it's just one reason, that's a big reason. The second reason, which is really fascinating to me, is that the moon is at this new moon at its closest distance to the Earth that it has been for, I'm really bad with remembering numbers, I've written it down, since 925 years. And it won't be And this will be the closest point for another 345 years. Like, this is incredible. So just the energy of this new moon being so close, Lunar New Year, that's Lunar New Year. That's only 2 reasons. Another reason is that it's at the 1st degree of Aquarius. And this is a big sign, a big energy. You probably have heard about the age of Aquarius. There's a lot of debate around the date, but Aquarius will be significant this year because we will have Pluto moving into the sign of Aquarius, for where Pluto will be for 20 years. So for a big chunk of our lifetime, we will be journeying with Pluto in Aquarius. And Pluto is going to bring about transformation, deep shifts, purging out the old, bringing in new, with the aim of a resurrection of everything to do with Aquarius. So Aquarius rules humanity, the people, equity, the fairer distribution of wealth, resources, knowledge, power, new paradigms, global consciousness, galactic consciousness. We're connected to the universe. This is going to bring about changes and progressive shifts in humanity, in culture, in ways that are unprecedented in our lifetime. So this new moon, there's so much more to it. Please go read the snapshot. And if you're feeling the energy building up, please join me in the live call. I am really passionate about inviting you to be aware of these cycles, but to work consciously with it. We're born at the right time. You know, we're meant to be here now, and we have the skills within us, the wisdom within each one of us to navigate this time. We do. It's in here, not out there. And the way I work with the lunar cycles is I encourage you to sit and listen, to see what's emerging so that it's authentic. Aquarius rules your authentic self, your unique expression. That is where your true value is in this world, what you've got to bring. And it doesn't have to be some projection of this persona of fame and celebrity and all that nonsense. Your true authentic self may really just enjoy a simple life. But the more you align with that, the more you're in you, your power, your life force is here, the more value you can bring to the world. I really feel in these coming decades, we're going to let go of a lot of this big celebrity. The age of Pisces precedes the age of Aquarius. It moves backwards the way that the cycles work in astrology. And Pisces is really symbolic of the megastar, the celebrity. Pisces rules where the sense of separation dissolves, so we all move as one. In a different way, Pisces is ruled by Neptune. It can be a bit hazy and a bit spiritual and a bit nebulous, and we'll just go with what religion says and what the collective says, whereas Aquarius is like, you got to think. It's intellect. It's discriminating. It's equity. It's more intelligent use of everything, of the resources. And there's so many cycles that feed into that, which I won't go into here. But really, we're moving into this time, and this new moon is your moment to sit and feel what's within you and vision it in and really get clear on who you want to be, because after this new moon, the Uranus will turn direct, station direct. It will be super intense, and Uranus is the modern day ruler of Aquarius. So this is just amplifying all of the themes I've already just shared. And once Uranus starts turning direct, all planets are moving forwards. And this is like the analogy I've used in the past. The rubber band's been pulled back and now it's released and it's going. And whatever intentions you've been sitting in, and whatever you've let go of, whatever you've been working on in the past year, it's just going to be going for good or for bad, okay? So don't be scared. Like at the full moon coming up in Leo this lunar month, let go of fear, but I'll get into that in a moment. Don't be scared, just be conscious, be mindful, and work with the energies in this week and in the coming days after the new moon to Be really intentional. Who do you want to be? Have you been honoring the cycles of releasing excess? Have you been simplifying your life without going backwards? You don't have to be living off, an aesthetic life and having no food, no money. Like that's swinging the pendulum the other way, but bringing it back, getting real. It's as though the bigger patterns are enough of this nonsense of excess wealth and story. I'm sure, if you're on social media, you know what's been going on in the realms of finances and Elon and all of the things that have been going on. There's a lot that's pointing at this shift away from excessive living, which really feels like a response from ourselves to stop ourselves from going into extinction. We have to change, and you can consciously engage with that at this point for yourself and really seed in who you want to be. Dare to be yourself. Dare to really feel into what it is that is unique about you. With all these patterns changing, this is a powerful moment for you to just go, I'm done with those old stories and narratives and fears and loops and themes and patterns. I'm going to be me. You can really go with that at this new moon. It is a once in a lifetime new moon. I know astrology is like, this is intense and this, but honestly, when I look at all of the patterns coming together, this is such a wonderful moment for you to just embrace courage, let go of the fear of, get out of the pattern of everything's falling apart to, no, what doesn't work is breaking down and it might get worse this year. But as I say every call, there are new realities emerging. And if you get out of fear and you get back into your center, you can align with those new realities. You can see them and you can start working consciously and in harmony with these evolutionary leaps. As the intensity amplifies, which it will this lunar month, and we will see it this year, also with that is an increased capacity to navigate it. But it's not out there. It's not in a guru that's telling you they've got the magic formula. It's not outside of you. It's inside you. So see, even if you're not one for ritual, just notice what's coming up around this new moon. Notice what's happening a few days after the new moon when all of the planets are starting to get their forward motion going for 3 months. That will be happening. And that can feel out of control. It can feel too much for some people. So again, with the increased amplification comes an increased capacity to be with what is practice mindfulness, being aware of what's going on in you, being aware of what's going on without, and really developing that skill to not be in reaction, because there's going to be a lot that you can react to in the coming years, a lot. So another key feature of this lunar month, which I think that new moon is enough, really, is Venus. Venus will be featuring strongly, and you can read more about it in the written snapshot. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. I'm not. It's really just about astrology and just letting you know what's coming up. That's all I do send out. I'm not hitting you with spam. I won't be spamming you. But Venus is going to move into Pisces, and so much more is going on with her cycle. And there's a sense of healing coming with Venus this lunar month, the potential to work on healing all of your relationships. And I get a sense, particularly romantic, partnerships. We have been in lockdown. We have gone through, and we will see this more and more in the coming years, something really, really horrendous on one level, really traumatic potentially for many, really restrictive, really, altering us all and our collective story at a very deep level. And all of our relationships on some level have gone through a process, some good, some bad. And this Venus energy that's playing out in the seemingly in the background this lunar month, is inviting you to understand who you are, who you've become. Get really real about how you show up in relationships. Get really real about who you're in relationship with compassion, not judgmental, unconditionally. Let's just look. And Venus has this multiple patterns playing out, moving into Pisces. What else is there? Going into a conjunction with Neptune in rhythm with a few other patterns. It really speaks to a moment where you can commit to who you want to be. Again, this new moon, who do you want to be this year? What have you let go of? What is it that's developing that's a new way of being in relationship? In Aquarian energies that we're moving into, the way we love, the way we live together is going through an evolution. It's going through a massive revolution, and you can align with that, and it can actually be really liberating, really exciting. We can love each other in new ways. The institutions of blood is thicker than water, till death do us part, that may have served us previously don't anymore. And you can open your heart and embrace this and find new ways to live and to love. I sit with so many clients that are looking at relationships through these completely new lenses. It is taking on a different meaning. And this lunar month can be a moment for you to just allow and accept the changes and open yourself to a new conversation with your beloveds. Go and talk to them in new ways. Embrace it. It actually could be exciting, inspiring. It could be that you could love and live with people in your world in ways that you've dreamed of but thought was never possible. So this energy is a moment to really sit and get clear on all of that. I'm really excited to see where this goes for all of us. Okay, so then we have the full moon in Leo. Now, this full moon has a hard angle relationship pattern with Mars. And let me check this. And Uranus will be really moving forward. So changes in the air. So this is when at this full moon, we're potentially feeling more change. The energies are starting to amplify. And then this full moon will potentially bring up some emotions. Full moons usually do. Remember, the moon is really still in this close pattern to Earth. But this full moon is a moment where you can clear away and purify some more of your fear. Mars is going to be actually in a positive angle, in aspect to this full moon. Mars acts like a sword, cutting through, getting clear, getting really a strong sense of what your boundaries are, being really clear on what your fears are, cutting through the nonsense and clearing it out. This is a really powerful full moon to really look your fears in the eye, your fear of change, your fear of the economic situation, to look it in the eye and realize that the only thing that ultimately we are afraid of is fear itself. Fear can be a good, healthy thing. It keeps us alive. But anything beyond keeping our body going, making, ethical decisions for a fear of hurting others, whatever it is, anything beyond the functionality of fear is nonsense. It is just an addiction and a loop. And we have not, most of us, been raised to be able to journey with fear in a healthy way. So sitting with it in ritual, with a therapist, doesn't have to be magical with the moon, however feels true for you, will powerfully support you to get into a healthier relationship with fear. This year is your moment to not let your fear be out of control within you. Take charge of your fear, because there'll be a lot of reasons why fear can be, you know, your reality this year. And that's not me saying bad things are coming. There will be an amplification of what needs to end. That won't look good. But I truly feel that it is really just this clearing of excess of all the made up stories. I don't feel that it's going to be this big story where everybody's got nothing and we're all starving. The wealth gap is getting more extreme. In my country, it is. In Australia, there's data that's come out that the wealthier in Australia have become wealthier and the poorer have become poorer. It is not okay, but I'm going to be interested to see what the Pluto moving into Aquarius. Pluto is power, Aquarius people, power to the people. What comes through that cycle? It may take years to manifest, but again, we may see more of the shadow coming up. So if that's the case, then you have to choose how you want to be with that. You know, is there something you could do to help people that are struggling? Is there something you could do just to help yourself not be overwhelmed with fear? Can you get out of the excess story a little bit more with yourself and live in a really abundant space of living in surplus, having more than enough? Anything beyond that, why do we need it? I think that's going to be really up. So at the full moon in Leo, face your fear, release your fear, clear it away, open your heart to the great new patterns that are coming through. There is a lot of potential for new communities, new ways of being in relationship, as I shared, new ways of being with resources. And if you keep shifting your attention towards that, then you can align yourself with the evolutionary aspect of what's coming. So much love. I won't be doing a full moon event this lunar month because I'm focusing on that new moon, which is, as I shared, so many reasons why it's amazing. So I am sending you all so much love. I hope this information helps you to remember what really matters, to stay with your deeper true nature, and to embrace this time. We were meant to be here at this moment. Therefore, we have what is required within us. And if we don't, then connect with community and people that do help you remember. Aquarius is connection with new people. Use technology to connect. Don't be alone. So I'm sending you love, and I really look forward to seeing you next lunar month. And let's see how these amplification of all planets direct and evolutionary aspects are playing out. Okay, bye everybody. See you again soon.